I'm Ben Kuttner. I am now retired, but I was with Vatex since 1982, and the company was about 6 years old at the time, and we sold in 2013, so that was about a 31-year run for myself and a 37-year run for the business before we sold to NewClients. Well, we had flirted on and off with mergers and acquisitions for many, many years. Nothing ever came to fruition. And in 2006, I believe, I purchased a majority interest in Vatex and really had no idea how that would go or how long I would be around. I was already about 58 or 59 at the time. But I promised everyone I would be there for at least a 5-year period. In the meantime, we were looking for someone to make better use of our facility. We had a 42,000 square foot building, which we built in response to having to ramp up our warehousing and in-house screen printing production back in the middle to late 80s. And then when NAFTA came along and moved the textile industry to Mexico, a lot of the business we were doing went with it, and we no longer needed such a huge facility. So I was already looking for someone to take over the building or lease part of the building. So I could either reinvent ourselves in another location, have to commit to another long-term lease, go through all of the pain and suffering of downsizing and moving, or, since I was 65 at the time, simply find a better parent and retire. So I started that process, and it had to be done very quickly, and you know how these things can get drawn out. Well, fortunately, once we started with NewClients, it went extremely smooth and worked within the time frame I needed, such that 5 months later, the deal was done. Our folks were guaranteed a 90-day employment agreement, and 2 years later, all but one are still there, and the one that's not there was by their own volition. So it has worked out extremely well. The entire experience has just been so smooth and so easy and so wonderful for our folks that I'm just very pleased.
Don't wait until you have to sell. If you're nearing retirement, it's worth your while to have a conversation with the folks at NewClients.